Okay, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Russ. Today, we're going to try something that I've never done before. We're going to make smoothies, but we're not really making smoothies, we're making acai bowls. So, what is an acai bowl? I have no fucking idea, but I've eaten one before and it tastes delicious. It's very sweet, it has a kind of a thick, sugary base with a bunch of fruit and granola on top of it. So, I was starting to make these and I thought, let's share because this is not gonna work out at all and it's important to see some failures every now and then. Here are some blueberries. I have frozen blueberries and non-frozen blueberries in here. For the non-frozen blueberries, I just got them from the market, then washed them, then de-stemmed them. Blueberries you get that are fresh will often have their stems on them still. So I picked out any stems and any bad blueberries. Toss those out, we'll put those in the compost. Then I added my frozen blueberries, which have been in my freezer for a little bit, and some water and some ice. Now we're gonna blend them, but I just wanna remind you that the only important steps are 1, have your uniform so you feel official. 2, have somebody eat while you're cooking. 3, have fun. All right, let's blend this sucker. By the way, what I'm eating right now is the vegetable bowls I made last time, except with 2 eggs cracked and fried into them and re-seasoned. That carrot, yum. So it's basically like a rice omelet. All right, here we go. Let's make sure this is sealed. It is not. Now it is. How to blend things. Basically, you want to make sure everything comes in contact with the blades, and oftentimes it won't, which is why you shake it around. Does it blend? All right, looks like we got some blended blueberries. Let's see how they taste. Yummy, a little watery. It could be a little thicker, but I did just take a spoonful out of the top. So I feel some ice cubes still in there. Probably good considering that it's too thin. I'm glad the ice cubes didn't melt. Yeah, that's really good. It is a little watery, so I'm gonna add a bunch more blueberries, even though blueberries are basically all water. Just like us. All right, here are the rest of my blueberries. They're in there. Note, when I finish a bag of things, I just add it to my shopping list. Frozen blueberries, not on the list. Are now on the list, sorry. Oops. Notice I'm shaking this like a madman. Why? Because I don't give a love. All right, did it blend? Oh wow, it looks like it really did blend. It looks really thick too. That is the exact right consistency we want. Amazing. So, next question, do we add anything to this? The proper answer is probably no, but I always do too much. Maple syrup, honey, vanilla extract. No, none of these are right. Rosemary, no, we don't really want that. peanut butter, it would thicken it up. Yeah, let's add a little bit of peanut butter. Fortunately, I am low on utensils today because my washed utensils and my unwashed utensils got mixed, and I am housing guests. But still, there's just a little bit of peanut butter in there. Just a little bit, right? Nothing like the richness of nuts. Okay. Now, big question is how do we get I mean, after shaking it. At the beginning, the last thing I'm going to do is add some salt to counteract some of the bitterness of the blueberry. And I'm doing three finger pinches. I'm going to do a fourth pinch too. Always have a bit of ice. Remember to taste as we go. Ooh, what an interesting consistency. Holy smokeronis. We did it. Now that tastes like some professional fucking acai shit. So, next step. What else goes in an acai bowl? Granola, seeds and nuts, and fruit. Let's see what we have in the category. Now we could throw some chia seeds in there, but I actually don't like when there's like some crunchiness to it. Okay, clover honey, that's great. Now we have some chia seeds, but we say no to chia seeds. We have some dried fruit, which is fine, maybe not exactly the right thing. We have vanilla blueberry granola, which should work perfectly with our blueberry base. Sweetened cranberries, amazing. Let's see, pumpkin seeds, that's exactly what I wanted. So, we got our seeds, got a little bit of fruit, got a little bit of crunch from the granola, some sweetness from the honey, and then let's get it fresh. I want a banana, pineapple, and what else? Banana, pineapple, and what else? This is called Cooking with Russ. It's a show that I have where we cook with Russ.
Yep, no, it's a camera. It's actually recording.
Yep. So this is Marcus. Say hello, Marcus.
Hello, YouTube.
I'm making this because Marcus has a bit of a sweet tooth, and our boy wants some acai bowls. So, now, the next question is fruit. Now, I don't know if you've ever cut a banana before, but this is how I like to do it. We take the thing, we pull off one strip of the banana top. Okay, you can do two depending on your vibe. Okay, and then we cut through, but we don't cut all the way through. This way it stays together, and that way we can put it all out at the same time. Does that make sense? Doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, like everything else, it just seems fun. Okay, so now when we take it out, we have this one like strip. Do you see this here? That will help us move our banana from place to place and let us dispense it in a cool circular pattern so it'll look pretty. Okay, next thing is a pineapple. Yeah, I actually got a pineapple the other day. How crazy is that? I have never cut a pineapple, and I know there's a specific way to do it, but I am gonna do it not the specific way, so, you know, don't do as I do, just as I say. This is a garnish, and then we will put this down, and, oh, gross. We'll cut the bottom of this off. Okay. Now we have ourselves a pineapple. Cool. And now I'm just gonna cut the edges off of this cylinder. Honestly, this might actually be the right way to cut a pineapple. Okay, we got our pineapple chunks here, and I don't know what you're supposed to do with the eyes. Do you just leave them? Do you cut them? Okay, and this is our whole cut pineapple. How fucking cool is that, huh? Wow. All right, as always, taste as we go. Here is a thin slice of pineapple. Mmm. It's sweet. Well, I mean, duh, right? Mmm. Okay. That was tasty. And taught us a lesson. You're not supposed to eat the thing all the way in the middle. And we need to go deeper on the sides. So first thing I'm going to do is try this. Seems to be working reasonably well. Okay. Okay, so it looks like anything that is whitish is hard, not edible. And the deeper pineapple color is what we want. Amazing. Okay, now let's grab our paring knife, and we'll go ahead and see. We take out a little bit of the center without hurting ourselves too bad. Cool. Now you're like, well, you just cut that. Doesn't actually do anything. I'm gonna cut them vertically, and then the centers will pop out, so it saves us much time. Cool. So let's get our pineapple slices going. Marcus, how do you like your pineapple slices?
Thick.
Thick is the right answer.
Thick.
All right, notice we take in our centers out. Boom, boom, boom. And, oh, this one didn't. Okay, so let's see how this goes. Now we have some slices of pineapple, and these are the ones we're going to use on the acai bowl, but since we have this whole pineapple here, I'm just going to cut the rest of it and then put it in storage, obviously.
Hurry up, lady.
Or maybe I just store it like this. How crazy is that? It's crazy and I want to do it. I am literally wrapping this whole thing in a paper towel, throwing it in a Ziploc bag, and we're calling it a day. Time to construct. Ready for the construction part?
This looks good.
We'll see, we'll see. Problem's not only spoons, but you know.
Okay.
They're gonna come up.
Oh,
They'll come up.
really?
Yeah.
I didn't get the.
A program number?
Yeah.
Oh, then they won't come up. Okay. Pineapple in a bag. And as always, label it with the date, not with the word pineapple, even though, I mean, I've seen sillier things. All right, now we got our bowl. Next thing we're gonna do is fill it with our acai juice. Let's go over this a couple times. All right, now this should be able to pour right in. Totally did. It's kind of awesome. I think this should be colder though. Yeah, I think if I put this in our fridge for a little bit, or like a freezer, we'd be really happy. Okay, so in the meantime, I'm just gonna get the rest of the ingredients ready. Now the question is, should we add a little bit of dried fruit? I have some apricots and some dates. The dates are probably too sweet. Oh, and some walnuts. Do you think walnuts would work? Maybe. I'm gonna add, obviously, too much stuff, as I always do. Walnuts are a little bit soft, so that'll be great. Now, while our acai bowls are in the freezer, cooling down a little bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and take the entire blender of stuff, and I'm gonna put it in the fridge just to sit for now. Nice and cold. I am going to make some coffee. Now, We're gonna do a V60 pour over. No, we're not. That stuff is boring. We're gonna do we can do a pour over, French press, mocha pot, or stove boiled. And what we're gonna do here today is a pour over. What do we got here?
Russ the YouTuber.
Don't go on YouTube. I said it to my sister.
Okay.
I was making the food. Ooh, look at that.
Nice.
Sliced strawberries, coconut, banana.
A little bit of,
Is that granola on the bottom?
is that some Nutella? Hard to see, but it's under all the fruit.
Yes.
And there's some chocolate protein powder in there too.
Chocolate protein powder. That sounds strange.
That's a common thing in these acai bowls.
Chocolate protein powder?
Yeah.
I don't like cacao nibs.
I mean, that's also a common.
All right. So, I put my acai bowl in the freezer, and now we're gonna take a small coffee break, make some V60 pour over. This is still good. So, we're gonna pour it to the freezer. That is the bowl. I put it in the freezer on top of an ice pack. Hopefully that will cool it down a little bit and lead it to solidify without us having to add ice and dilute the thing. Next, we're gonna make coffee. So, you have your kettle. This is specifically a pour over kettle made by Fella. It is beautiful, it is high quality, it is extremely expensive. It is not mine. I have a kettle I got from Amazon for 30 bucks. That thing's like $200. So, one of the things with kettles that we should always remember is that when you use them over and over, the water essentially boils away, leaving the minerals that are in your water, which is natural and difficult to avoid. But every once in a while, you clean your kettle with like a CLR or a mineral remover, and that'll be great. But that is why I use filtered water for this, to reduce the amount of undesired minerals and undesired flavors, make it easier for cleanup, and supposedly it's supposed to affect the flavor of the coffee, but who knows? Sometimes a little bit of mineral is good. All right. So we got that. We're putting our kettle on. Make sure to plug it in. Great. Okay, step 1, boil the water. Step 2 is grind the beans. Honestly, step 1 should be grind the beans, but like whatever. Here's our cup. Here's our V60. This is called a V60. It's a special type of coffee filter. It's like shaped in a way that does a thing. I honestly don't know, but like it's, you know, it's supposed to be special. These are V60 style filters. They fit inside of this thing and whatever. And I don't know, there's like a whole culture around this that I'm not like super aware of, but it's like a sure thing. It's like a thing that sure does. So, folding this, putting it in here, and now, time to grind the beans. Today we have some beans from Ethiopia. These were purchased and processed in Norway, Oslo. The flavor profile is intense and fruity, smooth with berries and candied fruits, layered, great and big mouthfeel.
You have a big bowl I can just dump on this.
Hell yeah, I do.
This bowl is way too small.
It is a small bowl, but it looks like it's filled, so that's good.
It is.
This was harvested in January 2021. It has a natural anaerobic process and is a Kurumi Holisho variety. Hambella, Wamina, Gucci. I don't know what any of these words are. Look, you can be snooty with coffee, or you can be snooty with coffee. You know what I mean?
No, this was way more food.
And you have a second acai bowl, Marcus.
Huh?
You have a second acai bowl.
Yours?
Mm-hmm. All right, so what people usually do is they put a scale on to measure the exact amount of beans they use, the exact amount of water they use, the exact amount of everything. I am just gonna freehand it because it's more fun that way. All right, I put some beans. How much? I don't know. I put some beans in there. They smell amazing, by the way. They smell so, so good. Yes. Step 2, grind. Now, this is already set to the right grind density, which is one of the main things we're trying to figure out. It's called dialing it in. You figure out exactly the amount of beans to use, the amount of water to use, the temperatures, the grind diameter, whatever. But we're not doing any of that. We just want to get buzzed, you know? This is a travel grinder made by Lido. It's fine. It has this thing, which keeps getting loose, and that's really annoying. All right, you see that? That feels like a lot of work to grind this. I would not even recommend grinding your own beans. Oh, yeah. Okay, I would recommend grinding your own beans, but don't get a hand grinder and don't get one as janky as this. How's the acai bowl? Good?
Should have held back on the Nutella.
Yeah, the Nutella was a bad idea?
It's just overpowering everything.
It does do that.
Maybe I just need to mix it up a little bit better.
I was gonna say the opposite. Like, keep it to the side, unmixed. Okay. And that way you don't have to taste it with everything. You can just have a hit of Nutella afterwards. Okay, so I just ground those beans. And our water is boiling at 212 degrees. So what we do, step 1 here, is wet the filter. This is our cup, this is our filter. We're gonna pour some water on the edge. Our filter is now wet. Now, in the process of this, we're also heating up the apparatus because we want to make sure we have hot water. And if it's 80-degree piece of glass and a 212-degree thing of water, it will cool down. And we don't want that. We want hot as fuck because it'll make it extract everything better. So, we did that. We have a wet filter. We have a hot V60. And now we are going to put some coffee grounds in there. Here's our coffee grounds. Can you smell them? They smell good. Marcus, can you smell them?
I can, I'll like them over here.
Yeah. Oh, I heard your switch to a thing. I heard your switch. It went doop doop.
The update.
Yeah, it's done. Nice. Okay, so I put way more coffee grounds in here than you need to because I like my coffee strong as fuck, and these pour overs make kind of weak coffee. All right, so now I'm pouring in a circular fashion until we get what's called the bloom, which is this thing up at the top. You see this, like, oh, you don't actually see it. It's not even in frame. See that shit? That's the bloom. We want that. Okay, so we let that go, drain into the cup, and then we add more. And this is a pour over. That's it. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up. That is, get rid of any grounds left in my coffee grinder. Reassemble it. and stash it. It looks like our bloom has bloomed, spring has sprung, and it is time for us to pour the rest of the water in here. Oh yeah, look at that secondary bloom, amazing. Beautiful. I'm gonna add some more water. And I think that's gonna be it for me. All right, so we're gonna let our coffee finish up and rest. And let's go over to our frozen acai bowl. Oh, wow, it totally worked. Okay, the bowl is cold as F, and the stuff inside is pretty cold. And yeah, it's still pretty liquidy, but there's a good chunk of it that's quite cold. All right, I'm gonna give it a little stir. Yeah, you hear that? That's basically frozen acai. Okay, mix it in with the rest. I guess I could use maybe another 3 minutes, but are we that patient? We are that patient. Also, I'm gonna be honest, the peanut butter was maybe a little too much. We live, we learn. We love acai.
Live and learn.
Cleopatra.
Hanging on the edge of tomorrow.
This is a real song, I don't even know.
Yeah.
All right, so I've emptied our V60. Give it a rinse. And here we have our cup of coffee. It is black as look. I usually empty out the rest of the water in the kettle. And voila! V60 pour over coffee with Ethiopian beans sourced from Norway.
Perfecto.
How's the coffee taste? I don't know. Probably pretty strong. It actually is really good. Yep, it's really good. Strong, which is right. Okay, little pro tip. A pinch of salt will make your coffee slightly more interesting. It'll block out some of the bitterness and enhance some of the coffee flavor. It's also a good way of rescuing really bad coffee. Usually with really nice coffee, you don't need to do it, but I just wanted to show you the salt trick. Really good. Really, really good. Wow. Okay. Let's go back over here to our acai bowls. Y'all remember this big mess we left here? There we go. That is the consistency we wanted. Okay. So, we have our bowl. We're going to stir it up. Luckily, the bowl that the bowl is in is cold, so it'll help keep it temperate. Notice the thing I just did? Wiping on the edge here? Terrible idea. This is our presentation bowl. I want the edges to be clean. Because presentation is important. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut these. No, we're not gonna cut the pineapple because it takes more effort, but we will eat these. Good. Marcus is saying that this acai bowl is good, which is fine because I like competition.
The only criticism, I should have helped with the Nutella.
I mean, who can blame you though, you know? Okay. We got the first few slices of our pineapple in the bowl. Look, this is not gonna be a pretty bowl, I don't think. But we're gonna try it anyways. A whole banana is too much, so we're gonna do half a banana. Okay, totally fucked that up. That is okay. Oh. Next, we're gonna add some granola. Some pumpkin seeds. Some sweetened cranberries. Just a slight bit of walnut. I'm gonna do 1 date and 1 dried apricot as a little surprise. Then we're gonna drizzle it with some honey. And voila, an acai bowl.
Yes, please.
You have to eat all that now. Just kidding.
What are you doing?
I made an acai bowl.
For you?
Yes, for me. I will eat it, yes. But we have to do a taste test. Let's see how home cook acai bowl stands against whatever playa bowls.
Are those raisins?
Cranberries. And this is my spoon. Now, we're gonna do a little taste test here. Get some granola, get some cinnamon, get a little bit of banana. It tastes like an acai bowl. This is not bad.
Perfecto.
The blueberry base is still a little too thin. I'm gonna put it in the freezer. Also because I still haven't finished eating this. Look at all this healthy food. Nuts and fruit and granola and vegetable bowls and all that stuff. Amazing. Okay, so now it's time to clean up, which is always pretty easy. Thank you for being part of another episode of Cook with Russ. I hope this helps you understand that cooking is stupid and fun, and you can make as many mistakes as you want, and still end up eating the byproduct. Take care, have fun, enjoy everything, and say hello to my well-fed nephew. Bye.